Hey! What it is, what it do, what it does. How's everyone doing tonight, today? Yellow lines. Or whatever the heck you're about to watch us. You can see what the heck we're doing tonight. I was kind of debating on what to do. I do have Escape from Tarkov, so I was like thinking about hopping onto it, but I know that game's going to be brutally hard. And I have to learn how to play it. And since I don't know how much time I have, since this is the second game I'm playing tonight, I figured, hey, probably be better to, so that's what I have to do. I have to take this off, put it here. Tundra and an M4. Put a key. Sinya Stock Green Mansion. Jesus. No one wants to buy it. Really? I think I'm gonna have to go to this stupid thing. Sinya Stock Green Mansion. It's gonna be high. Should probably test Botrix. Because he hasn't spoke yet. Yeah. He usually speaks, so it threw me off a little bit. Hold on. Get rid of the yellow lines. No. Trader. Delete that. Trader. No. Let's make this more red. Another red. This will be lab. Ah, you son of a... Why did I not make, like... I don't remember how I just made yellow. I think it was actually, yeah. Now that I frickin' have that done. Sydney stock. I don't even know what that is. I know exactly what that is. There's Botrick stocking. I swear, man. Little things that bug me. Sure. But, in all honesty now, there's a Koth and Berezino. That's it. Just a Koth. That's far. I'll never get to that time. Food's kind of an issue in these servers. I always forget that. And I didn't buy food like an idiot. Granted, I don't even know how much food even is, but... What's up, Smoke? Hey! How you doing? I already played Daymare 1998 for like almost 2 hours earlier. That's what I started off with. This is what I switched to. I don't have a bag. It's ruined. Yes. Very much so like Resident Evil. Very much so. Oh, I'm like in Severograd too. A victim of circumstance means that something just happened. You're a victim of it, but it wasn't like targeted at you. So a victim of circumstance, for instance, would be like someone standing on a corner waiting to rob the next person that walks by them. Like, that doesn't matter who it is, they already got it in their head, though. Next person that walks by me, I'm fucking robbing. There's no other plan for it, you know, they don't have, like, they don't know of anybody coming by. This isn't like a popular robbing spot or a popular jogging spot for a person. It's just, you know, hey, you know, deciding to do it. And then a woman runs by, and he robs her. He knew what he was going to do, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the victim of circumstance there is her. It's just the circumstances of the situation. There's so many ways it could be, but basically, you know, whatever the circumstances that got you killed were not. That's somebody's base. Is that a base? I think it is. Well, that's not a base, but I think that is. Oh, it's definitely was or is a base. Car. I don't have a lockpick though. Why do you ask? Obviously something, you either heard it somewhere, watched it somewhere, or whatever. I'll avoid some of that section just because I'm gonna get chased by both of those zombies. You just played a game of that? A game of what? You gotta be more specific than that. That doesn't really make too much sense. Forgot the game, but it's based on Dead Space. Maybe Callisto Protocol? Maybe. Yeah. Oh, Fight all the zombies. Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar to me. A bunch of cars. Yeah, search it up. It's a trap. Really? I don't even think you're allowed to do this, to be honest with you. Really? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the fucking Windows button. I don't think trap aces are allowed. I just said Callisto Protocol earlier. What the heck, man? I said Callisto Protocol? That's not the story of Callisto Protocol at all either. He's not some random guy that gets kidnapped or anything. He's actually part of the problem. He's the one that caused the whole virus, buddy. In Callisto Protocol, he's the transporter. He's fucking knows that he's transporting fake medicine. He doesn't know what's in it, but he's the transporter. His ship gets hit. The drugs fall out. Causes the whole fucking thing. He causes like a whole planet's downfall. So then the Asian girl that he meets up with on the ship, she's all sour about her whole freaking family dying or whatever. And then it turns out that it was him. But again, he wasn't some evil dude that got kidnapped. He never got kidnapped at all. And then when his ship crashed, he was just trying to escape, and he was trying to be greedy and all that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just saying it wasn't really even that, and it wasn't even zombies. It wasn't space. Dude, that is rough. That's just ugly. Hospitals. Oh, dude, a green's not green. Let's change that. This is usually the only one I do. Oh, I have to add 2.5, 802. They prisoned them and they went to spearing on him. Now I gotta do the whole cycle again. But I already have an entrance card key. So there's that. No, they weren't really experimenting on him. He ends up taking the drugs himself. I don't want to really actually spoil anything. Did you finish it, the game? I don't know if you finished it, so I don't want to spoil anything. It was a good game. I have it on stream. It's in a VOD on YouTube in its own category. No, I don't. I never followed South Park long enough to even knew that he quit. South Park was something I was around when it was like created. So it's something that I've kind of like half watched over the years, but I never like was a fanatic or seen. I don't even think I've seen like an entire whole season. Just like watched various episodes over the years. Oh, you haven't beat the game? Okay, yeah, I don't want to say anything. I was gonna say something then, but don't want to spoil. Alright, there we go. Scientologist. They went on to make fun and he didn't like it. Oh, no. I knew they made fun of Scientology with some like Tom Cruise episode or something, but they made fun of everything at this point. But yeah, I didn't even know he quit, like I said. And the show's changed so much over the years and with characters and everything that I wouldn't have known that it wasn't just canon story that he left. Or if the guy died, or I had no idea. Really? Oh, really?
Bruh.
If you don't get a gun in that first one, it's pointless, man. You don't want to... It's hard. It's a little bit harder to find a gun in this server and, like, houses and shit. So, you don't want to have to make the run all the way to yellow with a fucking scalpel trying to search for a gun. I'm better off taking the spawn, hoping that I spawn close to that one, and then I can pick up 2 yellow keys, because I might be able to pick it up off my dead body. If I spawn close to that one. And then just taking the new chance with the new, whatchamacallit. No one wants tactical flashlight, bro. I think this is going to be military, so double green buildings. And 597. I don't know if that's the one I want, but... Makarov mag. I'll take it for now. Who knows, but... Oh, that's a police station. Don't mind if I do. Open already. Probably not a good sign. Especially since it's near a, whatchamacallit, spawn point, but... I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, that's a police station. Just like I was. I don't have the police Bambi key. It sucks. If I did, that'd be clutch. But I didn't spawn as a police officer, alas. What's this? It's useless. Rivets. That's it. Nothing. Should have known. Police station, yay! But right next to one of the only two spawn zones. It's fair enough. Sifu. Sounds familiar. Can't place why. So I don't know if I'll play it. I don't even know why it sounds familiar. To be very honest with you. Maybe. Oh, it's this one. So I didn't spawn close to Kung Fu game. Oh, probably not then. I don't play many fighting games. That's like the one game category that I really don't play. Don't get me wrong, like I will some fighting games like Mortal Kombat and such, but some of the older ones as well. But games mainly around sneaking and or fighting, I won't play usually. Excuse me. So I'll give you another example of one that I probably wouldn't play. Would be like Splinter Cell. I've never really got into it. Granted, I've thought about doing like a run for the stream. Okay, yeah, I'll take like all of this. Tactical pants. Sure. Take the knife. ACP rounds. A weapon cleaner. Sure. Again, I mean, why not? I'll drop this, because I could just put this there. Am I all set without even hitting the fucking crate, bro? That's wild. And a backpack. Wait a minute. Almost effed up a little bit there. Yeah, I mean... Yes. Dinner with an Owl. It's interesting. Never heard of that one. Thought maybe I'd get lucky again. Alright, anyway. Bro, I'm getting so lucky with this stupid shit. And a pristine extra Vityaz mag. What is going on? That's wild, man. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I need to fucking stay here and look for stashes. That's what I need to do. I'm geared up. Enough, at least. Where I need to find some of these buried stashes. Like, this is just ridiculous right here. I'll be able to go to Trader after. It's just an AR-15, bro. Just chilling. Wild. Yeah, there'd be multiple stashes sometimes. Told you. I don't know if I need any of that, really. Little island stashes here. there any more? Or is that all of them? Damn. I usually don't stick around that long to find out, but there to be quite a few. I did watch Breaking Bad, yes. In entirety, it was really good. I'm not seeing any others. Bro, this one... Oh. Jesus, man. Raid backpack? You gotta be shitting me on that. Yeah, raid backpack. Winged token? I don't even know what this is. I only had 30. This is 100. Damn, bro, there's a lot of stashes. Jesse, yeah, there's points where you feel bad for every character in that show. And there's also points where you're like, fuck almost every single character in that show. Jesse's a funny one because you start off like hating him, and then after a while, wow, this is ridiculous. After a while, like more shit. NBC respirator, another grenade. Key. More of this 338 Lakua. So I'm just gonna take it. So many buried stashes. Because he was written that way, man. And plus, just that's how people are. Everyone's different. You could put the same... You could put 100 different people in the same exact circumstance. The same exact. From, like, A to Z of their life. And each and every one of them will turn out to be someone different. And all have different morals, and... You're going to have some that won't be able to handle the stress. You're going to have some that are fine. Some that are going to become police officers. Some that aren't. Because their brains are technically still different. There still is a difference in every single person. It's not just their upbringing. It is also majorly a huge part of someone's upbringing. A huge part. But there is a certain individuality there. What? Who was a cop? And he quit and become a criminal. No one in that show, I think, was a cop that quit and became a criminal. I think you're confused. Mike? Which one's Mike? In Breaking Bad. And when was he a cop? I know Hank was a cop and all that. I'm trying to think who. Oh shit. should go here. Oh, him. Yep. And he was a cop. Yep. You're right. I don't know why the frick I spaced him out of my frickin' memory. I'm like, who the hell is Mike? As soon as you said Mike, I'm like, I'm trying to think of who Mike was. Mike. Well, probably because cops make... that's why a lot of cops go dirty. They make shit money. And if you remember, I don't think he quit. I'm pretty sure he retired as a cop or something. Or he got retired. Maybe he got shot, or I don't know. Don't quote me on any of that. But either way, he could have just not had enough money to retire. And if you remember, he was doing it all for that little girl in his life. So he had nothing to leave behind. So he's an old man that's not even going to be able to fucking give her money for school or clothes when he's gone. So his entire reasoning for doing what he was doing was the only way he could figure out how to make money to give her before he was gone. Yeah, I did like him. Mike was a good guy. I think he's the only character that you're right, because he's the only character that I didn't, like, because we were just talking about, too, how, like, you almost dislike every character at some point, too. I would say Mike is the only character in there that I probably didn't dislike at some point. I always liked Mike. He didn't have a good life, that's what I just said. He didn't make enough money. I didn't say he had a good life. I didn't say he was all peaches and cream. I said that's the problem with a lot of cops and why they go dirty is they don't make enough money. They make shit money. And then I said in him, if you remember, with him specifically, he had that little girl, and that was his entire reasoning for doing everything. Because he probably realized that once he retired, he didn't have a penny to leave her. So his reasoning for doing what he was doing was doing illegal activities. A lot of times, that's the only way for people to, you know what I mean? Sucks, but it's true. This is a shotgun, so... Oh, you didn't hear me? Yeah. So that's probably his reasoning. He just needed to leave that little girl money. I forget who she was. I think she was like his granddaughter, right? Smoke? It's been a while since I watched it. I think she was his granddaughter. Yeah, she's his granddaughter. Okay, nice. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Nacho, remind me who he is. I'm not super good with all the names of the people. Nacho. Who be Nacho? Nacho. Oh, I know who Nacho is. Yeah. He got shot by the little kid, didn't he? Wasn't that Nacho? Isn't he a little... he frickin'... they paid some little kid to shoot him down. Right in the street. I didn't watch Better Call Saul, so you can't cross-reference and expect me to know it, unfortunately. Killed herself, well, yeah, if it's just a Better Call Saul thing, then I wouldn't know it anyway. Because like I said, I don't really know Better Call Saul, so... it's on my list to eventually watch. I have so much shit to watch, and I play a lot of games. So when I watch shit, that's the thing. It's like I'm choosing to not play games, too. To do that. So, there's always that. Sellables, ammunition. Yeah, sell that shit. What do I want to keep? AR-15 or an MDR? I kind of want to keep the MDR right now just because it has a scope. I didn't want to do that. I bought one, I think. Like an idiot. Like an idiot. Yeah. Well, I'm a Breaking Bad fan, kind of, but I didn't watch Better Call Saul. So, there's that. Dude. Alright. So I have sold everything that I need to sell. Or can sell. I have money. 59 grand or something. I'm not even gonna do that yet. So I need to get... Yeah. Still need to get a medium vest. The 80 grand. Jesus. So that's not happening. I could buy one of these for 40k, or I could save the vest for now. We're worrying about buying some C-Mags. I have 3 extra mags. And still way too much money left over. 20 grand. These are 45k. I'm not buying one of those, that's for sure. So, in that case, I'm just gonna buy more ammo. I'll still have that much on me, which is whatever. Or 7K, right? Food. I don't want that. I can't just buy, like... It must just be the everything guy. I'm an idiot. Yep. 8K. Wow. Everything's 8K. Well, looks like I'm not eating. Oh, can I buy a canteen at least for 7K? Maybe? That would help. It's 7.5K. You gotta be kidding me. I'm like just shy. I could sell this battery for now, probably. Because I might as well get my canteen. Like, you know. I'm buying that. Alright. Now, I got a canteen. Let's go. Walter, he did probably when he was a kid. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't talk too much about work, so I'm not going to go too into it, but it's pretty easy to open a business as long as you have a business plan. You bring it. You either have your money to, your own money to start it up, or you bring a business plan to a bank or an investor. And if they like the business plan, if they see the possibility for the profit and growth of the business, they'll just invest, and then you pay back the loan. Jesus. Fill this bad Larry up. .7 and 5.1. Blah. It is what it is. Oh, yeah, he got bullied by everyone, and as a kid. Think about it, he's like a nerdy science guy his whole life, so he probably got bullied as a kid. It was older times, the bullying was even more prevalent. So his whole life he was bullied. That's why he didn't go in on that project and ended up kind of letting that guy take his whole idea. And that's why he's mad, like he's like, it's your fault, you know what I mean? He's like, oh, you gave us your blessing. I guarantee you he got bullied into giving him his blessing. I guarantee you that guy was probably like, well, I want to go live with this, and you didn't really do that much, Walter, and you know what I mean? He probably put pressure on him to, like, just let him say yes. He got bullied by his wife all the time. She was a control freak, so he literally, like, lived this, like, tight scheduled, I can do nothing on my own, you know, type life. Hank bullied him, so his one friend is his wife who bullies him and controls his life. His brother, who will just snitch on him. It was like a tight-knit group. They all snitched on each other, and like there's no privacy. That's why he fell in love with that business. That's why the ending happened the way it was, where he finally realized, like, oh, I actually want to do this. And I actually am just in love with this. And that's why I can't let it go. It's Because it's the one thing in his life that he's ever had that, A, he had complete control over, B, nobody could tell him what to do, and C, he was really fucking good at it, and people admired him for it. Yeah, it wasn't even more that he was like, I'm gonna go out like a badass. It was just more of you could see it in his face. He realized, he's like, I'm never gonna go back to living my old life. You know, he lost everything anyway, so if he wanted to live on the straight and narrow, he'd have to go to prison. Which he didn't want to do that, so his life's ruined. Or he has to live like, you know, a hermit like he was. What kind of life is that? And he's like, nah, you know, this is the one thing I've ever cared about. It was like a resignation in his face. Like, I'm just gonna die here. If they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me amongst the things I love. And it wasn't that he loved it, like I said, because it was of what it was. It's not like he didn't smoke the meth. He didn't really enjoy necessarily the bad parts of the things. It was more of the control aspect. It was the one thing in his life he's ever had. I don't think he wanted to wrong him. If he wanted to, he would have just instantly taken them out. I think, like I said, it was his way of breaking free. It was an addicting feeling. That was like the general consensus of what most people got from the show. And you can't blame him. Really? A fucking shotgun? I'll take the soup though. I do not want to deal with that shotgun. Just gonna sell it eventually. Do I feel like he had a right to be what he... The way you stated that didn't really make sense. Do I feel like he had a right to become who he became? Is that how you meant to say that? Everyone has a right to do what they want to do as long as it doesn't hurt anybody else. The problem is his hurt other people. He just got, like, Hank killed, you know what I mean? He was getting people actively, like, murdered and killed. So did he have a right for that? No. That raises a whole age-old question, though. Do I believe... Because I also believe, though, that drugs shouldn't be illegal. I don't do drugs, but I don't think they should be illegal. If somebody wants to fucking take drugs and ruin their life, let them. You should never waste taxpayers' dollars on arresting people like that. Once they do a crime, sure. So I feel like he should have a right to sell drugs and own an empire if he wants to do that. Sure. But you fucking scared the shit out of me, you bitch. But anyway. Yeah, no, what he was doing he didn't have a right to do, because at the end of the day it was getting people killed. So. And then do I think he was a good person? No. He became a bad person along the lines. Can a bad person still do good deeds? Yes. Just because you're a general bad person doesn't mean you're always bad. Even a fucking hitman will donate to charity. But at the end of the day, was he an overall bad person for doing what he did? Yeah. Because, again, it was getting people killed. It was literally affecting shit in a bad way. Do I think he intended to become a bad person? No. Yeah, I don't know. I would doubt that. People like to connect everything. Everything's the same universe as everything. There's a conspiracy theory on that for almost every show and movie. But there's something else. Lab doors are opening in 5 minutes, bro. I don't think I can make it there in 5 minutes. I can't make it there in 5 minutes. Do I think it's his fault that it's of who he became? Yes. It doesn't mean anything, though. Just because they show blue meth doesn't mean shit. Blue meth can happen just from a bad chemical process. But anyway, yeah, it's his fault because he, at the end of the day, he had a choice to stop. Once it started getting bad, he should have stopped. He had so many outs. He had outs that had him money. He was rich at one point. He had his surgery paid off. Everything was all set. He just had to back out. And he kept going. So that's where it became his fault. That's where greed got the best of him. It wasn't just greed. It was that greed. It wasn't greed for money. It was the greed for that feeling that he was getting from it. That ownership, that control, the freedom. But if he didn't have chances to stop and he had just started the process because, you know, he had cancer and da-da-da, and then everything just spiraled out of control so fast that wasn't, like, his fault, then, yeah, no, it wouldn't have been his fault for becoming who he became. It would have just been, like, a defense mechanism. Like, he had to do some bad shit to defend him because it was a chain reaction of events, but it wasn't. He had so many stopping points where he just was like, nah, I'm gonna keep doing this. The twins in Breaking Bad? So you're gonna have to refresh my memory on them then. I don't know. It's not ringing a bell. The twins. Thorn Castle. Oh, this is where fucking me and I think so. Oh, the Salamanca twins. I thought they were pretty badass characters, but I thought they kind of got taken out. Like, sometimes, like, movies and games will hype up a character so much, and then, like, the fight's just like, like, the way they die is just so quick. Like, they were straight up, like, the boogeymen of Mexico, and, like, they got taken out really pretty easily. This is a base. I'm just realizing that. I'm running up to a turret to fucking open it like a normal house. The base. Well, you already know who the psychotic character in Breaking Bad is. There's only one super psychotic one. You could argue that the Nazi guys are pretty psychotic too, which they are. But the really over-the-top psychotic one, everyone knows. Walter White is psychotic. Yeah, but there's better examples of people who are psychotic than him, more psychotic than him. So you kind of just... You wouldn't pick him first out of the whole show. Fucking run the yellow man. All because of a trap base, dude. I was literally on my way to that house, and I fucking went back for the car because I fucking found that lockpick. If I didn't find that lockpick, I would have never gone back to that car. It was a criminal mastermind. They were all criminal masterminds. Walter White was way less of a criminal mastermind than any of the other ones. Tuca or any of them. And you can't even argue that, because look at that. He had a downfall that fast. His reign was like, what, a year? Not even. Tuca, whatever his name was, he fucking did that shit his whole life. The chicken dude owned businesses. He built that shit from the ground up for like 20 years. Was doing that fucking solid. Those are criminal masterminds way more than Walter White. Walter White was just an hyper intelligent chemist who made a really good product. And since he was hyper intelligent, he was able to make some pretty shiesty moves, but he wasn't a criminal mastermind because he wasn't aware of how the criminal system worked enough to become a mastermind. He made too many mistakes, which got him caught up so quickly. Can't claim to be a criminal mastermind and then get caught within like 5 years. Or killed in 5 years. Especially not when people in the same universe have been doing it for their life. Holy shit, this run is killing me. I'm stopping here. Why, John, you disagree? Or are you just sick of all the Breaking Bad talk? I don't know, man. I don't feel like no one won. It's not a show with a good ending, buddy. That's a police station off in the distance. What's next up on your plate to play, John? Or do you not know yet? You still debating? I think your wife watched the show. Yeah, I watched it somewhat recently. In the past, like, year or two. I finally got around to it. Took me a while. What Hank did to Walter, man. Walter got Hank killed. So I think, I guess he paid him back, right? I'm not grabbing all that shit. What Hank gets for bullying him. Yeah, I don't think that's how that works though, bud. To be honest, I really just needed the red card. I got so geared. I already have my gun of choice, so unless it's going to be a sniper rifle. Really not that useful to me. I don't know, man. I feel like everyone in that show could have got what they deserved in their own way. Yeah, they were probably part of one of them, I bet. John. I bet that's what happened. I don't know. No, I don't feel like every character in the show deserved better. They all made some pretty bad decisions. I'm a very true believer of you reap what you sow in life. Like, people need to start owning up to their bad decisions. I've always owned up to mine. Walter chose to become a drug dealer. Shit happens. He chose to murder people. Shit happens, and that happens. You know what I mean? His wife chose to associate with him. Shit happens. Like, it's, you know, you can't make really, really fucked up or bad... Ooh, you hear that? Bad decisions, and then think that you deserve better. You're like... That's what people tend to do, though. Be like, oh, you know, but I was good, you know, 90% of the time. I only made that 10% of the bad decision. Yeah, well, that 10% was a conscientious choice. Yeah, I haven't had any major issues with Streamlabs, John, so I don't see any point in switching. Yeah, I have no idea with OBS. OBS is like the more bare bones of the bunch, so. It's a big base. What's a character in the show that I feel bad for? Not really any of them, man. No one was really innocent in the show. That's kind of the point of the show. It's gritty. You have moments where you feel bad for them because you're a human being and you feel bad when anything happens bad to, like, especially a character you like, right? But once you sit back and logistically think about it, I'm not like, oh, you deserve way better. I mean, maybe the girl, she didn't necessarily fucking deserve to fucking, you know, foam out and die, right? But then you sit there and it's like, but she OD'd on fucking heroin. She was binge heroin and up with, you know, Jesse said, you know, it's like, don't take heroin, like. So, I don't really feel bad for any of them, man. To be honest. It should be doable in OBS, John, but the problem is, at the end of the day, is I tried OBS one time, and it was like the most confusing one to me. I don't know why. Maybe it was just because I didn't give it time, patience, but I just couldn't even get it, like, working right. There was always something fucked up with it, and then when I would get something, like, kinda working, something else was still fucked up. It was a nightmare. And then, you know, when I would look stuff up on it, it would, you know, the most common statement I would see is like, yeah, OBS you could literally do anything with, and that's why it's a little bit more confusing. It's not the streamlined, and I'm just like, you know, I want the streamlined shit. I forget who it was, but someone, have a good one, Smoke. Someone had suggested Streamlabs. It might have been you, John, to be honest. I don't know, but I finally made the jump. Might have been Weck. And you. I think you mentioned it, I think, first, and then I think Weck started using it. Yeah, it's just, I didn't really want to spend the time. Or I wanted to spend as little time as possible, I should say, right? I'm hitting up this trader, because... why not? Alright, let's take a swim. You're back to the safe zone. I will be able to at least sell... Stupid that he only takes like whatever the 20 it is or whatever. It's like, you son of a bitch. You know, I have an MRE now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I haven't had a single problem with Streamlabs, so I might just be lucky, but I've been pretty pumped about it. It's worked out for me. I have 26 grand. Isn't enough for really anything I need. Rogovo. Where's Rogovo? Should be mid. It's right here. And I'm like... I just hit yellow. I was about to hit red. So I'm probably at this trader, I would assume. So I'm way far away from that. Really? Yeah, I don't know if it's because I use like Streamlabs Ultra or whatever, but I haven't had much. I don't think I've had like any issues with it. So until I do, I'll probably keep using it. I just don't see a need to change. It's like, why would you, you know? Until I have a helmet, there's no point. I can't even put half of this fucking shit in here. But interesting. I gotta hop off soon. Cherno North. ATM robbery. Is it really? Or are you sure that's just not like a spoof nickname that like people would call it? Because it would make more sense to be slabs than slobs. That almost sounds like what people making fun of it call it. Streamlabs OBS. Yeah, I got you now. I was just trying to name combine. Maybe. So I'm a slob user. I use slobs. I like slobs. Dude, that Daymare game is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually a little bit impressed with it. I was like, when I saw that first cutscene, I was like, dude, this is gonna be brutal. The storytelling in it's actually better than Resident Evil, because Resident Evil is kind of spoofy, in my opinion. Like, I know it's not necessarily meant to be spoofy, but it's like just over the top to me. There's always like some weird dude, like the you know, dressing, is that what you would call it, or the clothing, the attire. The acting's so piss poor, the storyline's kind of... The later Resident Evils fixed that. Some of them. Particularly, I mean, like, Resident Evil 4 is a lot better with it. Biohazard's a lot better with it, but other than that... There's a trader that I'm passing, but... I'm gonna loop a ways around it here. I don't even need to go to that trader, so... If I known I was going to be passed by another one, I wouldn't even have stopped at the first one. I would have just stopped up here. Fucking run, man. Kilometer away from red, but I think it's airfield red. It is. It's kind of a rough one. About a minute, a little over a minute away. Takes about 10 seconds per 100 meters. That's a big dozer. I wish there was a counter for how many like steps you've taken in DayZ. Curious to see, but since you travel across different servers, I don't think there is a way. 2 lab key cards now. I want to try to sell one of these, that's for sure. I saw we'll get a ways away from Trader. I don't want to put my guard down yet. Concrete. Big, wide open expanse. That's the quickest way to Trader. I'd have to skirt so far around to keep in the tree line. A lot of people are bad shots anyway. I have a lot of ammo on me. The only issue would be a group of people in the open would be rough. Fingers crossed. Cherno South being robbed, dude. The whole time, this whole time I've been playing, it's been going back and forth from Cherno North and Cherno South ATMs being robbed. Someone's making a fortune. Nobody's contesting them. Cherno's way at the bottom of the map. That's the starting point. Be a long run away. Something you would go back and test once you have like a car and the gear that you need. If we're somewhere close, I'd just go to it. Once we see that go to 900, we'll be solid. 900 will be 90 seconds. Just a minute and a half run away. So there we are. Starry Sabor. Where am I? Oh, Starry's down there. Is that a base attached? It really is. Someone built a base right near Trader. Right off the main road too. It's wild. I'm not gonna lie, that's... Flag's almost down. Meaning they're inactive or it got raided, but it looks like the door's still up, so probably inactive. I'm hopping off right when we get to Trader. You guys want to buy an entrance to the lab key? Can't put key cards in there, can you? Whatever. Alright. I don't know. Nobody's responding anyway. But that is it for me for the night. Peace out, guys. Thanks for stopping by, John, as always. Smoke. Have a good one. See you tomorrow. Hey!
Gotta go fuel up that capsule.